Patio da Ilusao. Very attracted to this space. I definitely have a lot of stories to talk about with this one. The energy here. Okay, so we are gonna go in here and kind of show you and talk about it a little bit. I might even share kind of something a little bit different of a story as well. But this is kind of where we're at. So yeah, we're gonna go into here, the Patio de Ilusao. Hey, checking out Macau 2023. Check out some more streets. Vision Patio. Man, there's a lot of stuff. Maybe I'll tell you a little bit of stories. Before I go in here, I'm just going to kind of capture a little stuff around here. So the first one I'm going to share with you is that this is also the month of the Hungry Ghost. So you'll see a lot of burning of this. Actually, there's always people keeping this shrine going all the time. But it's also a time period when people are burning offerings and giving offerings. So you'll see that in this area as well. I think I'm not supposed to film it because it brings in the spirits. There's something around, so church up there. So that one is kind of, actually I did 2 other videos where I talked a lot about that church, and George Chinnery Street, an artist, was on that street. It was named after him. And then over here there's another one where, let me go around the circle a little bit. Another one where Smirnoff, another artist, was lived in the 1900s, early 1900s, and the George Chinnery would have been early 1800s. So there's a lot of history in this one. It's also the kind of ghost month, Hungry Ghost, where they come back. The veil is thinner between the 2 worlds, and they will come back more often. Actually, me filming that kind of invites spirits as well, by the way. Anyway, and then on top of that, there's also a typhoon coming as well. Kind of an interesting area. So we're going to head back to our illusion patio in a moment. But there's actually a typhoon coming right now too, so we kind of have this energy that's interesting energy right now. Kind of capture this is kind of interesting too. So there's some nice little alleys in here. This kind of goes down. There's a marketplace called Hawker Street that's straight down that way. But we're going to be heading towards our target street, which is Ilusao. But I just kind of want to capture some of these other stuff going in. Yeah, stay tuned too, because I got kind of a story to tell you a little bit. Tell you in a bit. I'll tell you right now. We're just kind of passing through some of these streets. We're just going around the block, and then we're gonna go back to the Illusion. But Illusion is actually a reference to opium, and there is a history of opium dens and Macau parlors. Oh, this is kind of new. I didn't see this before. This is kind of a parking lot for motorcycles, a private one. You can pay money, where these ones I believe would be free. But yeah, so the Illusion Patio, there's so much to say right now. Actually, this is kind of similar too. These are historical buildings right here. And we're gonna go into another one where the artist Smirnoff used to live. It's kind of cool as well. But anyways, I don't know about my viewers and their belief systems, but you know, in this part of the world, reincarnation is the belief system. Buddhism, of course. So I had somebody tell me about a past life of mine. Let me just kind of see. I just kind of, we're kind of gonna get into this certain area. We're kind of in an interesting spot. I got to get back up to Ilusao. we're kind of going around the block and exploring a little bit. But just to come to, I don't want to talk too much about it in detail, but the illusion is right straight that way, right there. So that has that Opium reference that I was mentioning. This goes like a little path into a different street over there through this building. It says a by the way. Calzada means sidewalk. Okay, so illusion is straight down that way. So okay, I'm gonna walk down that. So I was told that in a past life that I was actually, one of my lifetimes, if you believe in reincarnation, that I was, I won't tell too much of the story, but basically in the past I was an opium addict in this area of South China. And so sometimes, like, you know, when you're certain, you know, if you believe in past lives, your energy would kind of resonate in certain areas. So I don't know if I was in Macau or not. I think according to them it was South China, somewhere in South China. So I think they would have said it was Macau if it was Macau, but it doesn't mean that people don't move around the area a little bit in historical time. So there's a chance that I could have been in this city as well at some point. And so that kind of opium reference and that is kind of interesting in itself. So we're gonna get down there in a second. Before we do, this right here is a patio of the 6 casas. And this is where the artist Smirnoff used to live in the 1900s. And this has kind of a connection to the Ilusao because homes used to be built more like this. Historically, where you'd have, like, this probably would have been a family that would live in this spot. You know, and one family would, their kids would be here, and another one, and grandparents would be in here as well, you know. So this 6 casas kind of has historical value, and they keep this here. I think now they keep it because now it has touristic value. Even though I don't see tourism here, there are some tour groups that do bring people here. I mean, I think it's usually more Westerners. Never seen groups of Chinese come in here, but it does exist as a historical place. And this one is interesting because this one has the 6 houses in there, and the Ilusao has 5. So we're gonna go over there. The Ilusao is the same kind of structure. Ilusao is the Portuguese word for illusion, and I think it was an opium reference. I've heard that before, and we're gonna go into that. And so I don't know, so sometimes I kind of resonate with that street, and I think, I don't know if you believe in reincarnation or not, but anyways, these streets go up to, I think it's kind of like Central Street, straight up this way, up that one, and then if you go down, it goes down Central Street, and then Big Beach Road, Grand Praia Grande is also down that way as well. And that would have been parallel with the ocean. So this little street, this little patio would have been all these neighborhoods in this area. There's an artist down here, George Shinnery, and then St. Lawrence's Church is right around the corner. This would go down where Smirnoff, the Russian artist, was living, and then down here, one block is Central Street. Well, it's a different street, but if you go up, it goes up to Central, and then another one, Praia Grande. So it has a lot of references like that. And then this one, you can see the older homes right here. So you can see this like that, right? So that's one home right there. That's home number 2 right there. And that's home number 3 right there. So there's, this one had 5 homes because there's 2 other ones that are no longer here anymore. We're gonna just go down and take a look at those real quick. So these 2 are gone. So there would have been 5 homes. Oh, there would have been more than that, but there would have been 5 in a row right there. But those 2 are gone, of course. And this is the Illusion Patio. So I guess this probably would have been a patio like the other one, but now there's an apartment that's built here and another one over there as well behind it. So these are, I don't know what year these would have been built, but historically they would have been more like these ones here. And the Ilusao, I would imagine, is some kind of opium reference. I don't know exactly, maybe there was an opium den or something like that in this area. The opium stuff is quite interesting. Just I have kind of followed it through and read some books about how they would, the ritual of it and such. It's quite beautiful. The whole thing about it is quite interesting, but also, and the current epidemic of drugs in the United States in particular, in Europe, it's kind of a topic that, you know, you hope doesn't have an epidemic here of that kind of nature, what's going on in North America. But anyways, that's Ilusao. We're gonna head back down this way in a moment. And that's Ilusao. And we're just gonna come and we're gonna just highlight this one right here. And this one is, they're doing all the incense and the praying to the ancestors and the spirit world. So, and me filming it actually brings that in a little bit too. But as a foreigner with a, anyways, and up there is St. Lawrence's Church. I should go up there real quick just to end this video. So the Illusion patio was right in that area, right up that way, and it would have been right on the other side of this building. And then it would have been not too far from St. Lawrence's Church, the street of the strong fort, Casa Forte, the strong home. And that's St. Lawrence's Church. So these alleys probably would have had probably more of those of the Illusion patio and the possibly the patios, I guess, would have been more contained. So this street might have been a different looking place altogether. I have to look at Chineri's paintings to see exactly how it was. It definitely wasn't like this. But then this big church would have been up on the hill right here, the St. Lawrence's Church. And there it is right there. All right, so kind of interesting. We got some historical references today. There's St. Lawrence's. And we're just gonna, a lot of buses right here. Typhoon is coming in today, so Salao, S-A-L-S-A-O-L-A. There's St. Lawrence's Church right there. I just want to get around the traffic, and then I'm going to come across and try to film it a little bit so you can see it, and then we're going to end our video of the Illusion. This might actually help you find it as well. You can try to reference it with this church if you want to try to find it yourself. Okay, there's the church. We went down that street right there. Camera overheated there. So yeah, and that would have been George Chinnery Street right here. So that artist, this street is named after that artist. Smirnoff was down at the Seis Casas, which is that patio that was down in that way. So and then the street that we did was basically on the other side of this building, the Illusion Street. So the Illusion is a little bit of a patio that kind of backs towards this one. From where it was at, it kind of went a little bit north, and this is going south. So this faces south, and that faces north, if that makes sense, facing east. So anyways, that's where we are now, up at the church, and that's going to be the end of our video. So that was Illusion Street, and this is kind of a reference point just so you can find it again if you're looking for it. Just go here, go down that street of Casa Forte, and then look for that temple, and then go down in that direction. All right. Hey, check it out, Macau 2023. Check out some more streets. Toma cuidado la